Okay, so today for our Admanox Cáicu, we're on issue 27, Archlabs Archive 21. Can go to the next page. This is our first archive that we're recording with our new member, Namibia, in Santo Domingo. And yes, you can keep on going. Keep on going. So this is, we've been through this a lot, so I'm not gonna go through it. This was the main concept of the project and how it originally started. And then we have some other developments that have happened along the way. But now we're going through another process of redesigning the main form and structure of what the actual installation is. So if we can get there, almost there. So this is the new iterations of ideas. So next, can start off.
Okay, so I started a new geometry where it's a vertical drop, but it's twisted. So the twisted part is the skin part, and inside where there's the cylinder, I am planning to make these holes where the tunnels are coming out of, but the skeleton part is where the skin is going to be wrapped around, or the cylinder part inside. I'm just not sure still whether I keep the cylinder inside or it's just a skeleton and then the tunnels coming out. So I'm still exploring that. The top view, and these are side views. You've got the lower part, which you can see. No, it's fine. Next page. Yeah, the lower part where, if I can edit, this part is I'm considering these holes for
Anchors.
smaller. Yeah, it can be big for humans, but I'm actually considering it for animals, basically sea life.
Okay.
Oh, and one part is that this part here is like a drop-off point. So you see this, the opening is 2 meters, but the part surrounding it, this is like people can actually stand on and then they jump from there. I am planning to do something like this to actually make it more like the example that we had in the inspiration page of the platform idea. Yeah, so that's just me playing around.
I didn't think of the drop off as a surface element, but I really like the platform style, like in the beginning of the drop off, and then you can literally jump in the middle. And also the fact that it's round also resembles like an atoll reef. You know, the atolls are the round ones. In the examples of this, so that's a good sign that we're like replicating the geometry of something that already works in nature.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So these are just out of the feedback sketch that we did on Monday, which is kind of we called it nursery. And I'm trying to replicate smaller versions like these, and there's bigger versions. So we have 3 to 2 different sizes, but the tunnels are still work in progress. So I kind of trying to replicate the same language, but it looks a bit too much, so I'm gonna make it a bit simpler.
Okay. And
yeah, and this is in an ISO view, looking at the nursery, so the groups of them. So these will be underwater, these 3. These will be above water, and this one. So the tunnels, so the tunnels can be I mean, I was planning to do it straight, but no, I'm actually kind of trying to make it wavy again. Maybe I'll see both options, but yeah, so these are under the water, these are above the water.
So before we go to Namibia, because just to talk about this version, so I think that like the drop is successful and everything. I feel like the form might be like it might be better to simplify it a bit, but I'm just gonna like this is a suggestion for both of you because I know how it works. Like he usually like when we work with Carlos and he gives us the feedback, he usually wants something like very literal, like what he said, and then to explore it. So the first alteration should really looks like what he drew, or similar to what he drew, and then to reproduce or make it more complex. So what I would recommend is that you actually do the four drops only, like he mentioned that he said like four drops and then the tunnels, and I would do the four drops, and he said four drops and one that was interactive with the surface. So I would focus on doing that instead of doing like this many, because then it's gonna be more work for you. And then
Yes,
if
I
he
understand.
wants
Yeah.
to add more, sorry,
Yes, I understand that, but this
yeah,
sketch is what he sketched. So these circles, you see these circles there? Um, you see this sketch here, this
oh yeah,
circle?
yeah, yeah, so I said
So
yeah,
they are placed on his sketch, by the way.
yeah,
So I'm not intending to work on all of them. I'm just working on one and maybe like what Namibia did, just two and the tunnels in between. I'm not going to work
yeah.
on this. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's the third thing I told Namibia. Like just work on one, and then we add another one, and then we add the other one. Like if you need to add something else, we keep on adding, but not to all of them because it's just gonna be a lot of work. And you know how it is. If you don't have it
Yeah.
approved, it's better not to do all the work at once.
Yes, that's true.
So you can continue, Namibia.
So for this iteration of the design, I started like looking for some keywords and phrases about the project itself. Because I'm new in this project, before designing, I did with a small investigation about the vertical drop. That is what we are designing right now. So after the investigation, I highlight here some phrases and some keywords that really help to design the base form of the vertical drop. Here are some the first sketches about how the vertical drop will be designed, where the first form is based on a sphere, because I took the meaning of the drop, of the movement of the drop when you fall down, and this one create a sphere. So based on this base form, it actually replicates the movement with the gravity that when the drop fell. So after this, I tried to mix up a little bit the first graphic that the architect did the last Monday about the curve that he did. So here I mimic that idea with the tension that gives the water to itself of the vertical drop. So that's why there are two curves there. After this, I replicate the sketches to create gaps between them. And in these gaps will be the tunnels that in the future we're gonna design to. And here is a section view of how will be the function inside each vertical drop. It's like this is one of the ideas of Isabel on how it will work with the barriers strips inside, and how people we're gonna get there right here. We're gonna get here. Right. So this will be the drop-off area, so people can swim and dive in all this on this space. And actually, those spaces that are in the section could be like for animals and natural living. About the skin, it will be completely in the surface of each one, and each caps will be connected by the tunnels here. And here here I draw in 3D to see how it works in a 3D dimension. And here we can see how these elements will be like an object. Actually, it would be an object, and it's like a cave. Actually, it works like a cave. And here is the first step for the drop off too. And finally, here the last sketch that I've done about this, and is how it would work with the tunnels, because one of the observations inside of the vertical drop should be really curvy, should be more natural and not human made. So here in the drawing, I did some circles to represent the curve and not in a sharp endings. And the projection of the tunnels right now is not design the tunnels, but it's just like a projection how each vertical drops could connect each other. And here's a plan how it's a plan of the first one, this one, and how kind of look like in above.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you. Sí, yo creo que that's everything. And you can stop recording, Namibia. Hablamos.